turn on OBS because we have no time to edit. No time at all. This is about Jason Paige. He literally about, I don't know, 4 hours ago or so I just made a video about him talking about how I've known forever he's just a scummy dude. I think 5 hours ago it came up. We're gonna hear his apology, I guess we want to call it. I don't know if he's apologizing really. It highlights the quick misinformation. This is a reflection. I don't see a sorry in here.
Internet. I've seen what's circulating. A video of Avengers' reaction to a trade I made with kids back in March, claiming that I'm a con man who scammed them with a fake card.
It's funny, he couldn't even make a straight video of him just talking like on his couch or something. He has to put the Jason Paige voice of a generation behind him. And I literally talked about this last night, how it's just
address this directly. I understand your anger when seeing and hearing all of this. The instinct to protect a kid is the right instinct. I'd have the same reaction if I heard that kids were getting scammed. But here's what the vendor's video didn't show you. The truth is that the trade we made was absolutely fair and in their favor.
So you're going to see through this whole thing, he's going to flop all this on the vendor for being an issue, not him. So just pay attention to that.
I'm not saying this to dodge responsibility for how it looks and how it was presented. The full story is just different from what it appears to be. I'm going to talk about this in terms of plain costs, not potential market value, which could be significantly higher. This card is a Pop 1 autographed, inscribed, graded AGS 10 company custom promo card. They don't sell these.
So technically, he's saying it's a real card. It's still not a real licensed Pokemon card. This is not a promo done through Pokemon. First of all, there's a bunch of things I have issues with. The first one is this. This is not a Pokemon card. This is still considered not a card. I don't care what he says or whatever he's trying to do. AGS is probably working with him to get these graded because that's why they're 10s. And the only thing I'm not sure about is if he signed it underneath it. If it's signed, because I think it would be, because I think it says his name on it. I'm not 100%. But a lot of people said that it was signed over it, which would be really weird and very shady. But first thing to point out, this is not a real card. It's not a real Pokemon card. It's just not.
It's a limited item. The vendor claims that it's a fake card, but it's clearly a promo card indicated by their logo on the back. And there's a market for promo cards. Many vendors, including myself, carry and sell.
Again, they're not. Promo cards are promo cards. This isn't a promo card. This is a card they made. Just like he makes his own Pokemon cards with him on it, which looks stupid. And I talked about it again in the last video, which I just published. It was scheduled to publish, but it's crazy that one's not going to matter because of this one now came up. Also, it looks like on there, I can't read the writing that well, but it looks like I do see Jason Paige, so I can at least say it was graded with his,
signed, graded, authenticated promo cards. I've been selling them for years at all my events. AGS, for those of you who don't know it, is the third largest grading company by volume right now behind PSA and CGC. They give out these promo cards and they're limited, so there's a small resale value, probably $5, though the sum, graded, authenticated with autographs, can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars.
So right there, he's probably wrong about the thousands of dollars. And I don't think there's much value in it. There might be now because they're speculating and they're probably going to try to get rid of them, a lot of them. But the promo itself, I don't see it even worth $5 because, again, it's not an official promo. He's saying that it's whatever, it's $5. Okay, you're already screwing the kids over right there, saying it's $5. Now he's going to add on a bunch of other things to it as why it's worth more, but let's say it's $5. Graded, whatever. Graded, what makes it maybe jump to 10 if you're being nice to him about it, and being nice to him about his autograph, maybe $2, I would say, $12. Granted, he charges a lot more, and that's what he's going to get into.
The custom promo AGS card that I had previously autographed and inscribed, which are two different things. Here is my price list. I post this at all of the shows for the past 3 years. This is what it's been. At the top here is the base.
What's really dumb is he has two different ways he signs. full name, and I'm trying
Price
to
of
make
the
out
two versions.
regular signature or a full name signature, which is basically a scribble against or him taking his time. That's already a ripoff in a way. I don't know any other people. I've been to many conventions. I've gotten many autographs. I go mainly to that area where, actually no, I go to the comic book area and get not vendors. I get artist signatures and writer signatures. But I don't really go to the celebrity side because I don't. It's kind of pathetic. A lot of them are just trying to make their money, and I feel bad for them. And it's just weird. They want you to pay tons of prices, and he's one of them. But he's way lower than a lot of these other people. But a regular one costs $50. A full name with him not scribbling it is $100. Signature with the COA is $115. I don't know how well that COA is. Jesus. To add an inscription up to 2 words, it says $20. Just to add, I don't know. It says up to 2 words, but it says gotta catch them all right here. I guess maybe you could get away with that for $20. Multicolor autograph is another $20 to give 2 different colors. Now, most of the time, people have requests for certain pins or certain inks or whatever. Whatever. And a lot of times they don't mind it. If it's 2 different pins, I haven't heard too much about it. I have seen, what's his name? Clay. Can't remember his name. He's a very good artist. He does a lot of variant covers for like Venom and stuff. I have seen ones where he's signed and does them like in red, white, and blue sometimes, or certain covers he matches them, or like it's called like blood ink or something like that. And there is additional compared to a regular autograph because it, like, I don't know, looks good with the cover. But I don't see it why he would do this with Pokemon. If someone asked Jason Paige for an autograph and said I want 2 different colors, which is stupid already, he should just do it anyways. Just because you should be happy that they're paying $50 to $100 for your autograph. And then we go down to art doodle sketch. This guy's not an artist, not an artist at all. So when he signs it, if you're paying for a scribble, not even that, another $75. So you're paying $125 just to have him doodle sketch, which he's not an artist, on your card. All right. Then we have premium item upcharge, $150 cards. I don't know exactly where I see what it says, but I believe if it's I know on his website you can send things to him. He'll sign it for like $30, but it has to be under value of $25 and lower, I believe, something like that. So I'm guessing this upcharge is you're signing a card that's worth more than that. And again, if you wouldn't got it graded after it wouldn't work. I guess maybe if you pay for the COA, maybe they'll count that, because technically he's just ruining the card and the value would go down. And when you get it graded, it's not gonna. It will look like it's graded down. The COA may help that to verify it, but you're verifying Jason Paige. It's not anyone important. It's not gonna make the card any worth anymore.
Versions of my signature. The one on the AGS card was the $100 full autograph. There was an inscription from me on that card, which I charged $25 for. After I signed it, the card was then graded by AGS. The service itself costs about $18 plus shipping. People spend money on grading because it had significant.
So he's adding shipping into it as well, which is, I get it. It's part of the process. But when you sell, I sell a lot of graded comics. I've bought a lot of graded comics. Sometimes you don't put it into the cost a lot because you just got to eat that, you feel like. But there are times when you're trying to recoup, when you're trying to sell, you're like, oh, I paid this much to get it graded. If I sell it like this, I'm only going to make this much. It's the price. It's the price we pay. But the difference is he's doing this. If I'm getting a free autograph, and let's say, what would it be? CGC's there verifying it. It's not this crazy jump, for them verifying it to get mine graded with the signature on it. But the fact he's including the fee for shipping on top of the value of the card is ridiculous. He shouldn't be adding the value of a card based on the shipping. We don't ever do that. When you sell things online, the shipping is the shipping. It's what it costs. When you buy it, you're paying a service. You don't enter the value of a card. If you're buying a $200 Magic card, and it costs $5 to ship. You don't say that card's worth $205. It's worth $200. So it doesn't change the value based off shipping. That's what I'm making clear.
Value to a card. So $5 card, $125 autograph and inscription, $18 grading costs. We're at $148 plus whatever the shipping costs might be for you. It was graded.
So he's saying the $5 promo, which I don't think was worth $5, is worth, what did he say, 148? Oh, I missed what he...
and inscription, $18 grading costs. We're at...
He's at 148, yeah. So 148 is what the $5 card is worth.
A 10
because of the grading and what he did.
Grade, the higher the value.
So that's why the kids are getting such a good deal, because it's a $148 card. Now he's going to jump to the card and say how bad it is.
Calculated. About $150 total costs. This is the...
And just to clarify, that card's not worth $150. That's what his whole he's trying to justify this whole trade. And number one, you shouldn't be trading with kids. You shouldn't be trading with kids. You should be giving things away to kids. Let's make that very, very clear. If you think you're the guy that you are and people want to see you and stuff, what it is you're broke crackhead. And I know he's going to be like, oh, if you ever saw this, he'd be like defamation, whatever. He talked about before, people slander me or whatever. People don't care, all right? They don't. I don't know who thinks the way you think, so that's why people probably call you a crackhead. They say it all the time, and I say crackhead in quotes because people are going to be like, hey, be careful with that. Everyone calls him a crackhead. Because I don't know, we can guess that he must be on some kind of drugs thinking the way he's thinking, because no one in their clear mind would think like this. But he's supporting something that he needs to get money out of. Maybe it's his house, maybe it's something outside of the house, I don't know. But clearly, he needs the money, and that's why he's doing this to young kids, making promos not to give away to kids and sign and just be like, here you go, I'm a voice of a generation. You don't got the money for that. He has to repay back for the promo he made, the shipping he paid for it, whatever. And he charges, and people seen the famous video of him trying to trade with a guy and pushing him to basically make the trade, and tells him, I could give you this for 25, but if I sign it, it's going to go to 50. And I could get one of your whatever he wants for $50 worth, which is stupid. His signature is not... His problem is he's basing the signature off what he believes his autograph is worth. Not many people believe that. I probably would say 95% of Pokemon collectors, fans, know his card is not worth that much. You're putting your own price on how much your autograph is worth. The secondary market would probably put it a little bit what it's worth, but sadly, since they paid that much for it, they're going to up it as well. But if you straight up sign something and just being a nice guy like you should be, just signing a card walking by, it's not going to make a jump value. It's going to ruin the card. It's more for a memory for a kid, but no one should ever... These poor kids are going to have a horrible memory with this guy. But my whole thing is, he's valuing it based off what he believes his worth is signing it. And that's one of the biggest issues here, because he's upgrading everything. Even when he does trades, he'll tell you, I'll trade you this, but I can sign it and it's worth more. So even that's different, because he's charging $100 for the nice signature. So you'd add that to the card, I guess, value is what he's saying. So technically, whatever he's saying, he adds it up. Now, when he trades someone, does he give him the scribble or the nice one? I don't know. But he told me it's $25 card in that video. I could add my signature, $25. The scribble on there is $50. The nice one is $100. So it depends which one he does. So technically, when he tells that guy it's worth this, it should be worth more, right? But it's not. That's the whole thing. It's not. It's not.
There's a video of the kids holding up this exact card. You can't see it very clearly, but here's a screenshot of that video.
Now, this is going to be very, very important. People are worried that this guy has a fake, or not fake, I'm sorry, is using another card to show instead. He says he's going to show it and say it's really beat up on the edges and stuff. This isn't the greatest picture, but from right here, the edges look fine. I don't see nothing crazy. But again, this is a close-up, and he might have the actual one in his hand. A lot of people think it's, like in the comment section, think he's not using the right card. He's using a different version, and I'm sure he can get his hands on it easily. But why does he want this from a kid? He wants the card. He wants to screw him over. If it was in that bad of shape, I don't know. He's making like he's giving him a hell of a deal because it's in bad shape. I'm sure when he made the deal with the kids and tried to justify his deal, he would have told the kids, well, this isn't in great shape, blah, blah, blah. And now he's going to try to put on the vendor, saying that the vendor kind of screwed the kids over, selling them or trading them, which he gave him a great deal on. The vendor is a superhero, just like you should be at a con for kids. You know, you should be that person. And there's a lot of guys out there that do these things for kids and give them things, give them really big discounts because this is the future of the game. These are nice kids that are into it, and you just want to make them have great experiences. This is not, unfortunately, a great experience for them.
Oh, I'm cropping out the kids' faces from the vendor's video, and we're protecting them.
So he's also throwing at the vendor, showed the kids' faces.
The vendor is also posting a screenshot of a Gengar card in his video, but it's not the photo of this actual card we traded. It's just something he grabbed from somewhere else. In the card world,
so what doesn't help his argument is if he's zooming in on that picture, saying that he's just posting a picture of Gengar, not the card. He already zoomed in on that picture. That picture makes it look a lot different than what he's going to show. So keep that in mind.
The condition of a card determines its value above almost everything else. The kids were told by this vendor that this card was worth
I swear that's a fake backing, but I know I'm pretty sure Japanese are different, but I just seen a lot of fake ones like that, so I was like kind of blown away for a second, but then I brought myself back.
$150. Now, let me show you this card. This is an ungraded Gengar Japanese fossil at first glance.
So I don't know if the card that they zoomed in on, or they tried to zoom in on, maybe we're missing these little edges and stuff. It looked way cleaner than that, but again, that's kind of against him because he tried to zoom in to justify it. The card they have in hand, I think that would hurt him more if that's what he's trying to explain, because it looks better than this. But I don't know. Is it above him to switch it out? He's pretty scammy already, but who knows? Let's say he doesn't, but let him go further.
The condition looks like a heavily played HP at best. Clearly, but when you zoom in, you can see the ding here, the scratch there.
Let's be real, this card's beat to hell. This card is really beat to hell, the one that he's showing.
There's scratches everywhere, another ding over there, the top of the card, the foil is sticking out almost on all of the edges of the card. There's a whole bunch of scrapes on the bottom. This thing is scraped more than any other Gengar that I have seen online in the sold items. This could be labeled damaged, as there are some like this on TCG Player and eBay. The vendor told them that their two cards were worth $77, so it was traded for $77 of value, but the vendor states it's worth $150. Well, based on TCG Player and eBay recent sales, that's just not true. The actual market value for this card in HP condition might be about $75. And here's how I arrived at that. You can see.
So now he's trying to put it on the vendor. The vendor's the bad guy now. The vendor is the one that gave the kids a beat up card, which I'm sure, again, I've bought from people. I've been vendors at stores. You will not lie because you don't want to come back to you. And plus, most of these guys are pretty honest. They want to give a good deal. It's their reputation as well. If they're giving you poorly graded cards or not mentioning things on cards. Again, some people could be scummy, but they would care about their reputation. If they're just worried about scamming people or whatever, they don't want that because people don't go back to buy it. So let's say the guy did do that. That would already hurt him, but then it hurts his reputation. Why would he go on video, talk about all this, if he knew he had a good card in good condition? Why would he back it up? So let's say this is right, though. Let's say it is damaged. $70, we'll go with the lowest. Damage. So $70 value on that card.
See the TCG Player and eBay sales listings. You can see that if you zoomed in on all of the cards, there's absolutely no card in any of these sold items that's even scratched as much as this is. So we just calculated the cost value of the promo.
Now, which, again, it's hard to see from here. So the picture that he showed of the guy holding it, it could be like this, and maybe when he zoomed in, it looks a lot different. Totally could be. But I have a hard time believing that guy would have traded that card and not explain, yeah, it's not in that great a condition. Because especially that he gave him a deal. He'd be like, because it's not a great condition, I'll give you this deal. You could easily say that, and it'd be fine, because it's about to even trade if it's in that condition. But he's still trying to pivot and move the focus on the seller. Now it's like, it's not me. And I don't know if I've changed this. I'm going to put in quotes, apology, because this isn't an apology. It's him trying to be clarification. I'm going to take it as a fake apology. He doesn't even say sorry at all, but he tries to make it like he's going to make things better. But like I said, if you look at everything, it doesn't make sense. Even the card looks nicer right here. But I don't think he would be that stupid to have a fake card and then, or a messed up card, then hold a real nice one. I doubt that. But yeah, I would hold it to the camera, push it a little bit closer, to be fair, to just show your argument.
Card I traded to be about $150, and the market value of this Gengar at the very high end appears to be about $75. I don't want to make this.
So he's saying it's $75, but his is worth $150. The whole thing, again, that we're clarifying, let's say that is $75. Let's take that out of the equation. The real value of that card is not $150. What he's trying to justify is how much you pay for the signature makes that value jump up, because that's what he believes his signature is worth. It's all about what people value the signature or willing to pay for the signature. A few people will pay it, maybe some kids that don't know well, collectors, anyone that's in the business that sells, we know that's not how much it's worth. Your signature is not worth that. You are not that important in the Pokemon world. No one cares about you. You've beat that horse to death already. You've gone around singing the damn song everywhere you go. It's not your song. You have no rights to it. They've already clarified that. You get no kickback for the song. If not, you wouldn't be begging for money in trades with kids if that was the case. But so just that as well. $150 to $75 is ridiculous.
It's about myself, but those who know my history know that I've been on the side of feeling taken advantage of before in my career, and it shapes how I think about fairness and transparency and kindness. Deliberately shortchanging anyone, especially children, goes against everything that I stand for and create.
But at that same time, I'm saying it again, and I hate to keep cutting this off because people could just go watch this, but I'm just giving my point of view on it and breaking down why this is just ridiculous. He cares about the fairness of everything. He cares about the kids. Why even try to make this deal with these kids? If you care that much, why even approach a deal? I guarantee they didn't say, I want your card. I want it autographed. I guarantee you they didn't say, I want that card. There's no way. He pushed that probably on him or asked him, what do you guys have there? Oh, you know what? I'll trade you this card. No right adult in the collector world of cards would sit there, adult that has morals, would sit there and go, I'm going to push my card off on this kid. It's kind of rude that I'm doing it already at a signing booth. But on top of it, I'm going to say it's worth this much and get a card. You should know, like, this kind of feels like a shitty thing to do to someone. You should feel bad. And if I was in his shoes and somewhat, even a Z-list famous, we're putting him at the bottom Z, I would be happy to sign anything for free. Just to have people happy and make them feel great about it. Even if I'm not making money off it. Even if I'm dirt poor living on the street. You just should feel good. Like he's talking about, oh, it's about fairness or whatever. I don't know what else bullshit he's saying, but you should already feel good about yourself just doing it alone. No matter you're not making money. And he's talking about people taking advantage of him. And there's another video of another guy that was with them on a podcast. I guess they're trying to tell him ways to maybe make money because, again, he's not making money at this time. And so they told him maybe you could charge for a signature or something. And they were hinting at, a normal price. And then he jumped to this whole 50 to 100 for a scribble. To no one I've ever seen has said, I'll give you a shitty signed card or a nice signed card, but there's a difference in price. You just have a signature. That's bullshit that you sit there and will give you a shitty one, just scribble on it for this price, but I'll take my time on this one. It's just stupid.
In my personal life and my professional life, I know exactly what it feels like to be on the other side of that, and I would never do that, especially to children. I want to say something to the kids and their parents if you guys are watching. I did not try to cheat you or scam you or take advantage of you. That was never my intention.
100%, he should know he took advantage of these kids. Again, I guess this is somewhat of an apology in a way. I don't want to say it is, but he should know. 1,000,000% you took advantage of those kids. There were children you were trading with. Granted, their parents could have been there, but they may not know. They were walking around alone when they went to the collector. I would think if the parent was there, they would have asked some questions. So I'm willing to bet the parents weren't even there. He never mentions anything about parents. So I'm thinking, because he would back up his claim, the parents were there, they okayed it. That would even be more backing up that the deal was done by dum-dums in a way. Like, the parents didn't know better, so oh well. You can't blame that on kids. Kids are naive. They don't know. They're just, oh, the guy that sings Pokemon, and he's telling them this is worth this much more money. He's a scammer. He's scamming, and he's trying to justify it.
Not even for a second. I know you love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. We all love Pokemon. Our common ground matters so much to me. Our love of cards, our love of the ecosystem. I know you came back to my booth later that day and you traded that promo card back with us for another Jason Paige autographed card, and you...
So that's horrible. This has never been mentioned. Them going back to the booth. I assume after they talked to the vendor and the vendor said you got ripped off, they came back and probably said they want their card back. And he probably said, I got a better card for you. This card's worth more, and I'm signing it. It's probably not a promo. I signed it, and it's worth a lot more because I didn't scribble it, and I did this, or whatever. He probably tried to justify it. Again, still not worth the value because it's autographed. Just because it's Jason Paige, I showed on my last video, he has a website that he tries to sell things for like $750. $750 with the card that's signed, saying that it's worth that much. It's not. He's not making sales on that. No one's going to the Jason Paige website wanting to order these cards. No one. I don't care how much he's going to tell you that, he has sometimes it's sold out. He's doing that for show. There is no way. No one is paying that much for that. There's not that big of Jason Paige fans. I'm sorry. There's not people will do interviews with you because you have a foot in the Pokemon world, and they could try to boost up their algorithm a little bit, or their fan base a little bit, because they kind of are talking to someone on the Z list. But let's be real, man.
You left happy with that trade as well. However, if you are not happy, I'd love to connect with you in private, and we can all look at these cards together. And if you want this Gengar back instead, we can trade back.
This makes me cringe so much. If you want the card back, we could trade for it back. Just give the kids their card back. You could have ended all this drama. Just by being, if you really thought you did the right thing and this and that, I would have been like, you know what? Screw it. I'll just give him the card back. I don't need the other card because it's worth nothing. I signed it and made it worth something, I guess. Just give him the card back and say, you know what? It's a nice Pokemon world. We all love Pokemon, as he says. I just want the kids to be happy. Just give the card back. No, he's telling them you could come back and we could trade for it.
For this. I know that some of you have watched all these videos and you've already made up your minds, and I can't control that, nor do I want to. I can only control telling the truth and showing you the evidence. I've been signing cards since 2020. I love that kids and people all around the world are excited about learning about the value of collecting, investing in their futures with the...
This is not an investment. That's what's killing me. And number one, kids aren't really worried about a card. They're not speculating in the market. Kids want cards based on the card normally, and they do like the fact that it has like a value, the rarity. They do enjoy that, but they're not speculating that this might go up higher. And that's what he used to the kids. He said this card is in time will go up. He told them that. The kids told the vendor that he said, it's worth this much, but it'll be worth more later. So he's using that to his advantage, and he's even explaining that people are investing in his autograph.
These cards. The whole ecosystem is built on their happiness and the enjoyment of these magical pieces of cardboard. I would never do anything to compromise that. Hopefully you're all able to see this clearly in this video. With gratitude, thank you for watching.
Sometimes you have to go, you have to go through the back door to get to where you want to go.
He apologized. Or no, he didn't. Let's say, I'm calling it a fake apology because he's trying to de-escalate everything.
Hello, Internet. I've seen what's circulating. A video of Avengers' reaction to a trade I made with kids back in March. Internet. Claiming that I'm a con man who scammed them with a fake card. I want to address this directly. I understand your anger when seeing and hearing all of this. The instinct to protect a kid is the right instinct. I'd have the same reaction if I heard that kids were getting scammed. But here's what the
let me just give it to you, or even like let me contact me. I'm gonna send you guys a bunch of stuff. That would still suck. I don't want a bunch of Jason Paige stuff, but whatever. He's not making it right. He told them they could come trade it back. The situations like this highlight how quickly misinformation can spread online and how easily it can escalate in a personal criticism. We've seen how the dynamics can affect individuals and communities in meaningful ways, often without full understanding of facts. This is a reflection of the times we are living in under amplified power of voices in the social media paradigm. Our goal is always to operate in fairness, clarity, and respect with everyone, especially the younger participants involved. We remain committed to those principles. Oh God, I'm not gonna read all this. And to fostering a positive environment with a collective blah, blah, blah. Basically, he's saying that right here, he's getting targeted by online. He's getting real psychological distress, anxiety, humiliation, and the influencers are using it to make their content. They're misleading it. God, he wrote a lot about this. It reflects on the technology. Oh my gosh. Basically, he's just trying to fix all this in a horrible way. He scammed them. That's it. He scammed them. There's nothing more. I've already made it clear about the card that he traded to them. The value, much as he wants to market up what his value is for it. If the card was damaged, it still was a value of $80. I don't think it was that damaged. I believe the vendor would have told him that. And he did make things right. He told them the kids could come back and trade him to get their card back. He didn't say I'd give it to you guys. He should be asking right now for their address to get in touch with him, and I will send it back to you guys. I'm sorry. That would make things a whole lot better. He still looked like a scummy guy, but at least you'd have some grace. At least in himself, he would feel better that he did the right thing. But he didn't, and that's it. I'm posting it. Just tired of this. I think it's stupid, and I hope people don't let him go cons and sign anymore. Turning on OBS because no editing, and screw this guy.